Alrighty, YouTubers, welcome to another video review. Today we are reviewing a new addition to the horror collection. That is right, we have ECC Mohawk Gremlin. So this is from Gremlins 2. There, I got the 2-film collection. I'm going to watch that immediately after reviewing this, by the way. So if you saw my other unboxing, the mystery one, yeah, I basically sold my Logan bust, sold it to someone who had actually reached out to me before I sent it, or right as I sent it off to get repaired. And, you know, he offered me some money. I told him I'm getting it repaired. Let me get it back first. And then the day I got it back, I contacted him. He paid me. I shipped it that day. He got it. He's a happy trooper. He loves it. And with that money, I purchased this bad boy. This is something I've always wanted. I saw it in the Philippines when I went to a comic statue store shop. And it was very impressive. I saw it along with ECC, Freddy and Jason, you know, these two. And I remember just seeing how impressive, how large it was, how cool it looked. And I always thought the Gremlins were a cool looking creature, no doubt. And I'm a huge fan of Elite Creature Collectibles and Maquette. They're my favorite statues within my entire collection. And so this was pretty much a no-brainer for me, especially since I had the money. And so I purchased this directly from Maquette Elite Creature Collectibles. They're like a combined company. So let's check them out. First, let's check out this COA. They all do come with these fancy COAs. Now I need to go to like Michael's and get another one of those frames like that. I haven't framed it up just yet. But this is from Gremlins 2, the new batch, sequel to the 1984 blockbuster Gremlins. This was made in 1990, so I was only a few years old. But I do remember this movie growing up. So this one talks about, this is the 1-to-1 Mohawk Maquette. Intricately detailed, stands an imposing 31 inches tall and captures perfectly the scene where Mohawk captures Gizmo in the office. This is constructed of heavyweight polystone, translucent resin, then individually hand-painted to the finest detail with glass eyes and synthetic fur, all handmade to make it faithful to its movie appearance. And then art director Steve Wang got that certificate and everything. So I do like framing these up. I feel like it makes the display classy, and I'm so proud to own the Elite Creature Collectibles in my collection. So I like to frame them, put them behind. So I will do the same with this piece. Now, there is a few different spots I can go ahead and put this. I put it right here for now. I will move it during this review to look at it in other spots within the collection. But I've basically determined, more than likely, I'm going to keep it right here for the next 2 years, because I actually don't need this space until Prime 1 Darkseid and Steppenwolf, believe it or not. I mean, I could always just put Wonder Woman bust there once she arrives, until those arrive as well. But for right now, I'm just going to keep it here. I do have a few other options. I can put it down low right there, and I can also put it right here. I am going to try it right here later in the review, see how it looks next to the Reaper. You know, as you know, I've been wanting to get the Drake bust. I've been unable to find it, and so I'm considering other alternate options as well of something I can put there. So I'm going to try Mohawk. And if he looks great there, I'll probably just keep him there. And if I ever actually do find Drake for a great price, I'll definitely buy him in the future. For now, I have been unable to find him. And he's limited to 300 and quite an older piece. So let's check out this Gremlin. This one is a few years old, so it's not super, super old. It is more or less a recent release by ECC in the last few years. You know, it is quite a popular piece. It's very expensive, obviously. Elite Creature Collectibles are very expensive, anywhere from the bust ranging at $1,200 up to $2,000, and the maquettes, which are the 1/3 in this one, usually are about $2,500 up to $3,000. This one was, I believe, $2,590 plus shipping, came out to like $2,900 total. In the aftermarket, it generally goes for about $3,500 plus shipping. So let's check out this base first. So this is a old looking, obviously it's like a scanner and a fax machine. So it says print, copy, open, settings, and a little warning symbol. And then you can press this button. I believe that just turns it on. The rest are not pushable by any means. And this does not open up. That would be cool if it opened up and you could see Gizmo inside, but it does not open up. And it is extremely heavy. It probably weighs a good 30 pounds, I would say. And so, of course, this is optional if you don't want to display Gizmo's butt and feet, as well as these sheets of paper. And so you have this black thing that more or less just holds it. It's not even connected to anything. It doesn't peg in by any means. So really just to hold the paper there, completely optional. I know a lot of collectors don't even display the paper. I personally do like it. I think it tells the story of what exactly is happening. So I definitely plan to display the paper at all times. Now this is a piece I feel like you do have to angle it this way, diagonally, because you want to be looking at the Mohawk Gremlin in the face. If you do it straight forward, that is the angle, as you can see. So I definitely think this is the best angle because it captures everything beautifully. You can see Gizmo better, you can see the printer better, and you can see the Mohawk Gremlin perfectly. So let's just check out some of this base. It has a little C with a little world symbol. A little vent right here. For now, I'm just going to remove this so we can go ahead and rotate him and that doesn't fall off, because I do have him on my rotator. Just going to make sure it's not going to hit Marcus. Nothing much in the back. There's the plug, but nothing really to see back there. The only thing you really want to see is the back of the Gremlin. As you can see, it's a very cool looking design for a Gremlin. I think it's the best looking Gremlin design that was from the movie. So I'm glad they chose this one, which I believe he was the leader. I saw the movies about 8 months ago with the wife ski, and she absolutely loved it. She thinks Gizmo is just so adorable. So let's check out, obviously, Mohawk Gremlin, because he is the star of the show. So he does peg in via one big peg right here with a rod. And it is not perfectly flush, but, you know, everything's touching, so it's as deep as it's going to get. This is made of translucent resin. So like, these claws look very well done. And I am a big fan of translucent resin, especially on like creatures. I think it looks really good. And, you know, he just has this design where it's lots of like these translucent, almost see-through claws, and then spikes, you know, like these red spikes all throughout. And then, of course, this like spotted design. So it's just extremely cool looking. Whoever designed this definitely did an amazing job. You know, and he got his chest here. He does have fine texture detail, you know, in addition to just that amazing paint job. You know, look at that arm. It looks like real scales and just like little spikes on his arm. The fins look awesome. It looks very reptilian right here on the arm for sure. So just a crazy hybrid creature. And look at those claws on the fingers. They're quite long, as you can see, and they look really well done. He does have like a glossy effect, somewhat. Not super, super glossy, but a somewhat glossy effect. And then obviously this arm, and these arms are quite big, as you see. You know, like this is a big arm, especially for this creature. You can basically touch the ground from standing up. So very, very cool. He has these giant ears, as you can see, you know, next to my hand. Very intricate patterns, painted, fine detail. Very cool. And then you have this portrait. So again, he has these like spike things. I do need to dust this. I haven't dusted it yet. So there's a little bit of specks here and there. He has his mouth here, and he has sort of like a split tongue. And then again, that just like translucent teeth-like effect. And then he does have custom glass eyes. Yeah, those eyes look absolutely awesome, no doubt. His nose, very, very cool. Super awesome looking. It really is just so cool looking. You know, I really just want to like get that effect. You're like, whoa, look at that creature. Definitely freaky if you saw this thing. And then, so I did have to do one thing that they did advise. They left instructions that if this fin did not fit perfectly, to heat it up with a hair dryer and then, you know, put it in and hold it and let it readjust. So I did do that, and it fit perfectly fine now, where before it was noticeably like it wouldn't go down all the way. And you could see the peg, but now, as you can see, it looks fantastic. Those spikes look very cool. Luckily, nothing was, you know, damaged by any means, and the spikes go all the way down into the back like that. So there's the 2 spikes, and then the 2 arms gizmo. You know, so not a ton of pieces to this, and I know a lot of people had issues as well where the arms were very difficult or would not go inside. Fortunately for me, mine went in smooth as butter. I had no issues. Just getting the little rod in. Once it slightly went in, it went in perfect, and it's in there nice and strong, so no worries of that falling out. So, you know, you definitely don't want these falling out because they would absolutely break. Especially with like these fingers, you know, and the fins. So you definitely do not want that thing getting broke. So let's go ahead and spin it around so you can get a good angle back here. You know, just such an awesome looking design. And the sculpt just looks fantastic. You know, it's just so cool looking. Very reptilian look, you know, lots of yellows, browns, reds. Now look at the back design of the ears. Very cool looking. The back of the head, just absolutely fantastic all around. So, I mean, I think sculpt-wise, it looks perfect. It looks just like the Mohawk Gremlin did. And I think they nailed it on the paint job. I'm not seeing any huge paint flaws or anything. And like it said on the certificate, these are hand-painted to the finest detail. And they do, you know, really good factories to paint these to basically prototype quality. I never saw the proto in person. I've only seen production, but this definitely, you know, matches my other ECC qualities of, you know, Marcus, Lycan, Freddy, Jason, any of these busts. You know, it's just as good quality-wise, you know, with that translucent effect, the whole design. So it definitely fits in quality-wise. It's absolutely top-notch, cream of the crop when it comes to that. So, and the glass eyes do look absolutely fantastic. The mouth looks great. You probably could gloss it up if you wanted to. I may gloss it up, gloss up that tongue and the teeth a little bit. I don't know if I will, maybe. I'm gonna watch the movie, and if his mouth looks super wet, then I would probably gloss it up. But it's not a huge deal. But here is just some size comparisons, you know. So, you know, like Wonder Woman, Batman, they're like 33 and 36 inches tall. So you can see Mohawk Gremlin is definitely a large piece. Has quite a bit of presence. It's quite wide because of those arms. And it's tall as well. It's 31 inches tall to the top of that ear. So it's quite a big presence. So very, very impressive piece overall. Let's go ahead and put it down here and see how it looks next to the blade to see if it's possible. He is looking slightly down, so I am slightly worried. I've seen other collectors put him down low. He does look absolutely amazing right here, but I will eventually need this space for Darkseid and Steppenwolf. I could definitely keep him here for the next 2 years, though, just because those are going to 2-3 years out. Although I did want to put Queen Wonder Woman up high as well, while I can as well. So, but I might even be able to fit Queen Wonder Woman and Mohawk Gremlin here. We'll see. Anyways, let's put them down here, check out the light up, and finish it off. Alrighty, folks. So here is one additional option of where we can put the Gremlin. So I can definitely fit it here, as you can see. There's some modifications I had to do. One, I needed to lower the shelf to not sitting on top of the metal, but instead on the ground, like I did with Freddy and Jason, just because of how tall he was. In addition, it doesn't look good having the blade weapon right there. It blocked too much. So my plan is still to buy Drake. That is definitely still the plan, because then I could have the weapon in between and the bust right there, similar to how I have the Marcus and Lycan. I think Drake ultimately will be the absolute best option for this spot. So eventually I will get Drake. And Drake is also quite a tall piece. I believe he's 32 inches tall. So I definitely needed to move that thing down anyways for Drake, because he's quite a large bust. So eventually I'll get him, and most likely what I'll do for Gremlin is actually just put him right here. Right there, and possibly just next to the Wonder Woman bust. Or I might consider other alternatives as well. You know, if I wanted to put him, heck, even behind my couch, I could, for example. He would fit there. But I wanted to show you guys this spot in case for some wild reason I can never find Drake, and then this is where I put him. Because obviously it does fit, it does still look good. Can't see his face quite as good. You can see the top of his head, you can see the right eye from this angle, a little bit of the mouth, but you definitely can't see the entire face. If you come even closer, this is the angle. Now, if I'm sitting in my couch, which is where I am the majority of the time, that is the angle. Decent angle, not the best. It would actually probably look better right there. I could see it better in that angle. So I'll definitely try it over there, for sure. I did plug it in for the light up feature, so I did want to check that out. And I also want to show you guys the additional sheets. So it does come with a few different sheets of Gizmo. You got this one where he's like blowing a kiss. And then this one where it looks like he's almost sucking his thumb. So kind of flirty looking, blowing a kiss. And then this one's, I'm like, whoa. So I do like this one by far the best. So that's the one I would display the majority of the time. But I do like that they give you, you know, many options. So it's plugged in. The light is red. Let's go ahead and see how it is. I have not tested this yet. So as you saw, you can hear the electro Gremlin, this lighting up, and then this going back and forth. Let's do it one more time. So it's scanning Gizmo. Gizmo's yelling. Pretty cool light up feature. And I like how you can see the electric Gremlin as well in between. So they're copying Gizmo, obviously. So again, let me show you Gizmo as well, just so you guys can see. So here he is. And, you know, he just simply slots in there. He is heavy and looks fantastic. He's, you know, translucent resin polystone with real fur. The fur feels great. So that's really the only mixed media. This guy is all, you know, heavyweight polystone and translucent resin. So he looks decent down low, although at this angle, I think it would look better next to Marcus. So let's go ahead and put it over there as well right now, just to see how that looks. Alrighty, folks. So here is one additional display option, and I think this one might be the best one, especially when I do get Drake, which would go there. Just having the Gremlin in his own spot, not sharing it with anyone, allow me to do the see away and movie on one side, and then the Gizmo like that. I just have to angle him like this. I can't angle it diagonally like I would want. Just this means, you know, if I want to look at that portrait, you know, this would be the ideal angle. Again, down low is probably not the best option for him, although you do become limited in options. If I am sitting down in my couch, that would be the angle. So I can see him pretty good here from the couch. I can see his face and everything. So, and he does look great next to, you know, other ECC products and all life size, you know, with Khaleesi and Marcus. So everything's life size right there, as you can see. He does fill up the shelf nicely. It doesn't look too empty. You know, he's obviously quite a large piece. So it does work doing it this way. For now, I'm gonna put him up high, I think, though, just to get maximum enjoyment for the time being. But yeah, overall, this piece is definitely a 10 out of 10 in my book. Another amazing knock out of the park by Elite Creature Collectibles, and a must-have if you're a Gremlin fan, and of course, if you can afford it, considering it is a $3,000 purchase. You know, which the majority of ECC nowadays is that. Anyways, folks, that is basically it. Awesome piece. Definitely a grail. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. What you guys think. Which display option do you like best? I think this one is probably the best. And then we just need to get Drake over there. And then you can put Gremlin here. The only problem would be, where do we put Wonder Woman bust? Ideally above, next to Wonder Woman, and then we, you know, do like Wonder Woman bust, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Steppenwolf, Darkseid, you know, and so forth. I'll figure it out. That's a long, long time away from now, so it's nothing I need to worry about for now. That's future Flinkster's problem. Anyways, folks, that is it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.